Peace to the family. Peace to all my loyal subscribers. Peace to the new subscribers. Welcome home. Welcome to the truth, the place where you can come with your information and be yourself for sure. So we definitely back with some, more information, more guidance, things of that nature. So basically, you've been shedding from your old self into your new self. So with your old self, there were things that was bringing you abundance that you were used to, the old life that you had. But whenever we getting hit with these flares from the sun, I don't know if y'all know, but recently, Friday, which was the 30th, we had solar flares that hit the planet. So if you think about it, a couple of days before that happened, there were talks about across the whole United States that was going to be the Northern Lights. Now, question we need to be asking ourselves for the most part, they always been calling it the Northern Lights, but it never reached over the whole North. It never, went over the whole, but they actually had talks of it actually going across the whole planet, which was something new, something historical, because I've never heard any other generations talk about the Northern Lights ever being over the whole United States. But all the Northern Lights represented was a promise. Because if you think about it, the first promise was the rainbow. This promise is the lights. And basically, like I was saying, whenever we get hit with these solar flares, it can cause, I'm gonna call it a glitch, or I'm gonna call it a shift in the universe. So it shifts us into these other portals and the other U's, basically. So whenever we get hit with these flares and we start to shift into these other realities, like by nature, you're going to automatically have to do what the other person was doing in that universe to receive that abundance in that next universe. Now I know what they're gonna say, how we switching dimensions. Well, we're never in one place at the same time anyways, because if you think about it, you could be feeling some type of way 1 second, feeling another type of way another second. That's basically shifting reality, because if you weren't shifting, you would be in one mood all day. You would never switch moods, you would never have any emotions or anything, because you were in one type of state at all times. So the fact that there are these other emotions, there are these other universes that you can't go to. So by you feeling this type of way, you're gonna be in a universe where they receive that type of stuff. If you're feeling this type of way, you're gonna be in a universe where they receive this type of things. So that's why living in, you create your reality. Like I was saying the other day, you literally put yourself in these certain realities where everything goes right and everything can go wrong, because both of those realities exist. Because you think about it, living in fear, that'd be like you living in fear. That means that you're gonna be missing a lot of opportunities that you could have been receiving, but because you are living in fear, you're never going to go to that reality where you're living in peace and living in, higher realms, because you're stuck in that one, you're stuck in fear. So that's why they always try to drill in us fear all the time, because when you live in fear, that's what you're gonna receive. Because just think about fear. You already know. It's like watching a scary movie over and over. Like, you're not even giving it time to go into that other reality because you're stuck into that reality. That's why I'm rarely even on the socials. I'm rarely into watching any of that stuff because I'm trying to stay in a reality where my life go right. And in that reality, they're not talking about negative or low frequency things, because why talk about that in I'm not saying a happy place, but a place of love, basically, because love is the high vibration. So if you think about that, then you would know that you need to be living towards the happy love side, because I'm not saying you gotta be happy to evolve. Like I was saying the other day, somebody could be happy than you and don't really smile or don't anything, because happiness, you can't fake happiness, because that's why it's falling, because it can be fake. Like somebody could be smiling around you and then they just next second want to take you out, so happiness can be, it can be faked for sure. That's why it can be falling. Now, somebody just around me, they was calm, cool, and collected all the time. Them be the type of people you want around anyway. You don't want nobody who too happy all the time, or you don't want somebody who too low all the time. You just always want that balance at the end of the day. So I feel like that's something that we all work on every day, because there's be some people too low, and you got to be balanced to come up to that certain level to where you can have a smooth day and be in a certain reality to where everything go right for you. Because even if you faking happiness, you're gonna receive something that fake do, or fake receive, which is low frequency. At least you'll be being yourself by being even, and then that's when you're gonna receive the things that a balanced person receives, which is usually good. I mean, nobody, while living on Earth, you got to go through the type of things that Earthlings go through. But if you think about it, the only thing that makes you an Earthling is your shell, is your skin, is your flesh. That's the only thing making you so-called human. So if you're not the flesh, for sure, which we know that the flesh is like a vehicle, it's not really you, it's like a persona of you, or a replication of you, because the possibilities are endless. Like, you're everything. Like, it's literally a place where you're the car, and that's where they got the movie Cars from, because there's a place where we live as cars. I know that might be a weird concept, but because anything possible, the fact that I can even think about that, it gotta exist. And the most crazy, bizarre thing that you could think about is most likely exists as a universe, because it's nothing new under the sun. Everything that can be thought of has been thought of, and like I said, all of this is just these different reality shifts. So we in the wave right now. You in the wave. So like I said, the things that you're supposed to do in that universe is not the same thing you're supposed to be doing in this universe, because the most, even if you look into like certain texts and stuff like that, there's so much going on. There's a lot of shifts, a lot of doing this, a lot of doing that, a lot of moving around, and that takes actually stepping out of comfort and actually going to the other depths that you never was in before. Because at the end of the day, we all in a race just to, receive the same thing at the end of the day. Like, nobody can really take your place. That if something for you is for you, like, it's really no rush at the end of the day. Let's say, anything you want to do, you could want to be the best snowboarder in the world, and all these other snowboarders have became great, but still you can still do the same thing, and they gonna consider you still a great because you did what they did, and you either took a step beyond, or you still doing what they were doing. So somebody gonna always look at you as great at the end of the day. So that's why they just be like, don't worry about what the next person doing, just keep going, because You see all the people on the Hall of Fame, like, it's a lot of jerseys up there. It's not just one person jersey, and they all considered great. Like, so, just try to get your name up there at the end of the day, you feel me? If anything. And that's what I be having to tell myself a lot. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's only like, any university you in, you can make it the best, for sure. Because you're a guy, you could turn water into wine, you could turn dirt into diamonds, you could turn anything that you want to into greatness. All you have to do is actually pick a lane, you feel me? And once you get your stride on, you locked in with that universe, then you might decide to stay in that spot. But while it's still shifting and stuff, this is when you have time to really figure out what you want to do. That's why you have to actually try to lock into something right now. That's why this is the best time to just be focusing on what you really want to do while these shifts are happening. Because once you're in that shift, then you locked in on that's how you want to get your that's how you want to receive your income. Because while it's shifting, the waves, because if you think about the universe, it's not just, yeah, it come by, but then it sends waves at you, and these waves is what's shifting us, the dimensions is shifting it to where you can actually jump into these other places right now. So that's why right now it's the best time to be trying to figure out what you want to be doing and what you want to succeed in for the year. Because if you think about it, beginning of the year, you kind of figuring out what you want to do by, you know, mid of the year, you know, it just be flowing in so good. Summertime, you know, that's when things pick up. But that's because that's when you receive the waves the most, and then you actually being able to go to where you really want to go in life at a faster speed, because the universe is speeding up. Even if you look at it right now, you'll be sitting outside 5 minutes, seeing like the sun going down. If you get up around, especially if you get up around noon, man, the day be gone. It'd be 8 o'clock, sun down, time to go to sleep. Bye. See you tomorrow. And it's just like right now is the best time to try to get up early, get the most of that sunlight that you can receive. That's why right now a lot of people been, you know, you might think that you got put into a low position, but really it's just a position right now just so you can actually be focused on where you, it's a blessing. If anything happens to you right now, that kind of put you at a spot where you don't know what you're gonna do next, because you are creating what you're about to do next right now. So this is the best time to be actually trying to incorporate the things you really, if you want to start that brand that you've been thinking about, do it right now, and it's gonna prosper, because right now it's the best time to do it. That's what Friday showed us, and that's why that's not gonna be the last way to come through. But as they come through stronger, it's giving you more energy to keep going towards the things you want to go into. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, all it's trying to do is raise you to a higher frequency. That's why I keep hitting you. It wants you at a higher frequency. It needs you radiating more, because it's giving you they said this was I think it's called a Q1 or something like that. But go up to Q5 as far as how much radiation is pushing us at one time. A lot of people be like, oh, the radiation bad. Like, no, radiation just a temperature, and it's just a wave, and it's just nothing to fear, for sure. If anything, it's helping you every day. That's why, like I said, that they call it the time shift, but really it's daily. It's getting less and less. Like, that's all. Because time don't really exists. So right now, it's like a lot going on with the time spectrum. That's why it always be around a certain type of year when it happened, because they know that don't be at the right time. So that's why I be sending like certain waves at you and certain things, because they're trying to still get us back to where we was at. Because it's like when you jump in the water and like your body naturally want to raise up. Like, it naturally want to raise because you already had that frequency, so it's a lot of empty space right there. So that's why it's gonna fill up faster. So even if it go down, then we get things that raise up, not the things that already been down, but the things that was pushed down is what's gonna raise up the fastest. So that's why it's always just like, even if you get knocked off your pedestal or whatever. Just know that you'll rise 10 times faster than somebody who never had it, because just like that space already, it's a whole lot of space for you to grow slow. That's why they say who have room to grow, because some people, they know that they've been in a certain shape, but some people, they have a lot of room to grow, man. They can absorb more, they can literally grow more because they've been at a certain point already in life. And some people never radiated that high, so they would never be able to reach that type of height and radiation. But yeah, fam, I'm finna be trying to really, because before I like to do stuff, I really like to like I said, sit on and meditate on it. I'm not the type of person just to jump into something. I gotta be like focused on what I'm, getting into, at the end of the day, with everything. But basically, like I said, whatever you focusing on right now, that's what you're gonna receive. The type of energy you putting out there, it's hitting you even harder right now. So definitely want to be doing the right things and trying to, show the universe that when the universe wave, you wave back. And how do you wave? You wave with radiating your energy. So you telling it's saying, what's up? You saying, oh, this. It's gonna say, all right, I got you. It's a wave, like literally the universe waves at you. Sometimes we look past the words that be right in front of us, Wave back. That's a polite thing to do. Now, I wave, you run in the house. What kind of wave is that? You must not be, you not effing with me, what's up? That's what probably the universe saying. And like I said, we let certain people paint a certain, perception of life on us, and we don't kind of look at it in our own, our own way of thinking, then that's the reality. They putting you in their reality. Freddie versus Jason, all that. They be like, welcome to my world. And I already know what they say, but like, it's just like, we letting them pull us into their world when we can create our own world and go to their world. We let them pull us back into this one. That's why you keep coming here, because they done pulled you here. It's something that your soul, because your soul connected to all of your other yous, so that's why you're able to go to them. While you're astral traveling and stuff, you're able to go to your other pieces of your soul, because wherever your soul is, that's where you're gonna go to the quickest, because your soul is drawn to all those. But with us, we so stuck in this soul because we was painting a certain perception and all that on this particular soul, so that's why we're more connected to this soul. But your soul is spread out throughout the whole new multiverse, so that's why you even able to go to those other multiverses, because that's where your soul resonates from. And where your soul done been, you got the strongest magnetic force on those souls, and that's why you're able to go to them the fastest. It's like let's say it's like everybody go to the same school, but it's still 100 ways to get to the school. You just picked your certain route that you like to go to the school that you feel like the fastest, And your soul tribe is people who always go on that same road with you, because y'all all came to agreement that's the fastest road to get to the source. So that's why you gotta always still pay attention to your soul tribe and all that, because y'all gonna always find each other, because y'all always gonna be flowing on that same path at the end of the day. It's not gonna be hard to find at the end of the day. Like, you gonna water go where it's supposed to go. So whenever it's doing this thing, flowing, it's still like gonna find that. It's gonna find the quickest way to get in. That's one thing about water, and one thing about, because everything is made up of water and empty space. So that what empty space gonna do, it want to fill. So it's always gonna flow where it's supposed to go. and land where it's supposed to land every time. Man, basically what that was a wave. So you wave back by getting your meditation in, locking in with the signal, because all of this is a signal. And then letting the signal know what multiverse you trying to go to, because it's gonna let you know when it's the best time. It's always gonna be a sign when it's the best time. You gonna hear the trumpets blow. It's gonna be a sign of the next time. Like, you gonna know what's up. And it's just like, pay attention to those signs. Don't ever let the signs just don't let the signs just go past you, because unless it's road or construction or something, then do what you gotta do. But yeah, for sure, family. Like, I know I just like to come on here and speak. Like, I'm telling you, whenever these poles shifting and stuff like that, that's just us switching, because whenever you switch into another reality, of course the pole gonna shift, because everything that can exist does exist, so it's gonna shift. Just think about anything that you hold, it's shifting, but it's the same thing. It's just in different perspectives, and it's in different it's just at a different angle now. That's why I see things from the best angle, because you gotta see what reality you in and then go with that flow. But it ain't that. The pole shifting is that we're going through these certain waves, which is putting us in different realities, which is why they say the world turned upside down sometimes, because we're in a certain reality where that thing's possible to happen now. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, definitely wanna just stay aware, family. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay aware. But with that being said, peace to the subscribers, peace to the family, peace to all the new subscribers. Hopefully I kick some new flavor to you, or maybe you hear something that was reiterated, even if I feel like it's come from the spirit, shouldn't come from the soul. You know, let me know. I say, peace.